Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. There is another chapter. I'm so excited about this interview. We have Suzy Manning here on the other side. Please introduce yourself and who you are.
Thank you, Patricia. First, I want to say thank you for inviting me, reaching out to me to be part of your project. And as you said, we've been friends for a long time. I've always watched you and admired who you are and your artistic abilities, how you express you freely. I love that freely in the world. That resonates with me. So thank you. I'm excited to be on to share.
In a world of restrictions.
No kidding. Yeah, it's like let's be free. I so resonate with that. So, and how I resonate with that message that Patricia is sharing is I am a midlife mentor for women. I'm passionate about it. It's the journey I've lived. It's what I've experienced and realized in my life. And so I want to share it with women to help us be free, to not be trapped in societal drama or where they want to keep us, and to help women design lives of joy and purpose. And then also to really understand and embrace our innate wisdom, our beauty, our natural beauty, and our worth as women. And can I share a little bit just about what midlife is? One quick sentence about midlife?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please.
Because I think a lot of people think midlife, society wants to put it between this age and this age, and then you're midlife. And I like to define it as the period in your life when all of a sudden what worked for you isn't working anymore. It's like, you got the degree, you went to college, you got the job, you're married, you have a wonderful home, you have all this stuff, and all of a sudden it just isn't fulfilling. And it's not what you thought it would be. And you're confused about what is life about, and even possibly who are you? How do you define who you are, and how do you continue in the world? So I describe that as midlife, when you reach that point of confusion and nothing seems to make sense. And as you know, it's a great place to be because there's a beautiful life on the other side of that when you move through it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, totally. I think women and men, we go through that at a point in our lives, and it's good to pay attention to and take hands-on, just the question that I ask to all my guests is, and I like to make public, because through these questions, we find certain tips, certain jewels that might help other people understand themselves, understand their own journeys. And the question is, there is any event, anything in your life that made you think about your life, that it was either sad or bad or dangerous, or didn't know what to do, you even wanted to be in this world, or you just got rock bottom and you said, I cannot do this anymore. And it doesn't have to be anything that is traumatic. It's something that is mostly, I would say, at the emotional level, that it rocks your life and opinions and concept about what life is.
Beautiful question. I mean, when you emailed me and that question, it's like, oh yeah, I would love to share, because I like your message. I like it that you're sharing that, because so often people think I'm the only one going through this. And what you're doing is allowing people to realize they're not the only one. There's certain things that everybody seems to go through, but a lot of times we don't talk about it. I have several different ones, but let me preface it first with something a little broader. I think my pain that I've dealt with, and a lot of people do, I want to say women, but also men, is the pain of not fitting in or being enough. And I can define some situations, but I think the broad definition of that is the pain of not fitting in. And feeling like you're not enough. How do I do another day? And that is, you know, you've talked about horrible things happening, but that to me is the death of the human spirit. If you're constantly keep trying to fit in, and it's not created for us to fit in, we're not supposed to fit in. We're supposed to stand out and be our beautiful, wonderful selves. But because then that just kills the human spirit. And I think the first time I experienced that, well, I know I experienced it as a little kid. I mean, you could see different things all through my life. As a little kid, life never made sense to me. It just didn't make sense. I lived in the trees. I lived in nature. That's why my connection with nature and how calming and peaceful and grounding nature is. She's there to heal us and support us. I hung out in the trees and I watched what was going on. It just didn't make sense. I rebelled.
What do you mean by that? Like, you saw life through a glass, through like a kind of microscope and far away. You saw yourself differently. You were uncomfortable. I mean, can you expand on that? So
I was uncomfortable. What other one? One just hit me when you were talking about that. Now I just lost it. But it was just a sense in my body. I mean, it wasn't up here. It was just something I felt in my body that, like, I don't fit into this world. What they're saying and telling me I have to do as a little girl and be safe and be careful and don't have adventure, and it just everything they wanted me to do and to calm down and to be good and quiet and fit in, and it just didn't make sense. And just watching what they did, I mean, it was just going through everyday life, but there was something within me, and there always has been within me, to question. I question everything, and I did as a little girl. All I guess I could share is it's just an agitation in your body. It's a vibration in your body. It is something in your body that just says something's out of alignment here with who I am, how I see the world.
How was your relationship with other children at that age?
I had my relationship with other children my age was good. It was the watching of my parents and what they did and what they said. And as I got older, it was like I was never enough, and you had to do more to try to be valued and appreciated.
So you had that feeling only with adults, that somehow you felt they judge you, or they want to make you be whatever they want you to be. So with the children, you were like a peer. You felt okay around the kids.
I felt okay with the kids. Yeah, I felt okay with the kids. Yeah, it was always with the adults I was too much. And so when we get that a lot, especially as women, that we're too much, be a little quieter, a little softer, little not so expressive, I loved life. I was full of joy and adventure. And for whatever reason, that frightened my parents. And so I was like, no, calm down.
Yeah. She's devilish.
And even today, there's people in my family that are uncomfortable with who I am because I'm just me.
Oh my gosh. We just need more people like you. I mean, I can attest, like hands down to Suzy. How did you feel that you needed to be this way and not that way? Did they say something? Did they like punish you? Did they make you do certain things? Like, how was that it makes you feel uncomfortable or just not fit it in? Can you just do a little more graphic, more so just people can sort of picture, can understand that?
So what happened? You mean what people would say?
Yes. When you say I was uncomfortable, they made me feel that something that I didn't feel.
I don't know if they made me. I guess what I've learned, nobody makes me feel anyway. they do things and I choose to feel a certain way.
Okay, let's say that. What do you think they did that you did not agree? Like something like that, just something.
Okay, that I did not agree. Okay. My father, I know he loved me the best he could. I love him. He loved me the best he could, but he at the breakfast table would have conversations with me and my mother, or he wouldn't have conversations. He would tell us women couldn't think and women couldn't do business.
No, I mean, it's just like
and yet something
it's,
in me knew, no, that's not right. That just doesn't make sense. Women are smart, women can do business, but that's the programming, the scripting he grew up with. So
yeah.
But something like that, and then he sent me to college and paid for my whole college education. But I could be a nurse or I could be a school teacher. I could not be an engineer. I couldn't be a doctor. I couldn't be, nurse or school teacher.
So when he was saying that, he said that, what it went through your head? What did you feel? Like, I would like to see what emotions. Were you just so angry? Were you just sad? Were you just like, okay?
Well, I was sad. I mean, sad. It's like, I mean, that's a parent. You would like them to see you, and then all your life you're overachieving and perfection. I picked up perfectionism because maybe if I'm perfect and do everything right and overachieve, he will be able to love me for who I am. So, but what I understood finally, I mean, we go through different things, and finally we realize it's up to us to you live who you are, you love who you are, you're not trying to impress anybody else, it's your life, but you go through lots of phases. So it was like this perfection thing. Maybe if I get enough college degrees, maybe if I get straight A's, maybe if I get the right job. And what I finally understood was he didn't love who he was. So if he can't love who he is, he certainly can't love who I am. But it was gut-wrenching sadness. I mean, it's just been recently that I've really been able to let that go and realize this is who I am, Susie. You're perfect as you are. You don't have to prove anything or do anything. He could only do what he could do because of the way he was raised. If he couldn't love him and appreciate him, he certainly cannot love me for who I am and appreciate me. I mean, but it's gut-wrenching sadness. I mean, you want love and appreciation from your family, and often that's the last place you get it. Sadness, confusion, like why? I mean,
why? That's
all those things. You ask the questions, why?
Why? Yeah.
Why me? Anger, confusion, and then you finally get to, okay.
Yeah, that's I had always had the same, I'm always asked why, and there was never answers because, like what kind of answer? Life is this way. That's it. There is no
and
no conversation about it.
The way they can show up.
Yeah, yeah. So that's very, thank you for sharing this. I think it's very personal and very like tough. So when after this sadness, because the period, the shock, you heard that, what did you do after that? Did you just say, okay, this is it, I had to study, I had to do this, so you kept going on that life, on that that attitude that there was expected from you? Is that true, or you just sort of find other ways? Go with your friends, like you said, go to the park. What did you do? Did you have any ways to cope with this, just to make this pain lesser? Do.
Okay, so let me share for what I did. At first,
Okay.
what you do is try to prove them wrong and try to prove me right. I'll show them, which I realize does not work at all. because what I need to do for Suzy. It's just like, this is what Suzy needs to do. This is what Suzy believes. This is Suzy's values. I can't go out there and expect to do something to prove them wrong. It doesn't work. We all lose, but I attempted that at first. And then I've done a lot. I'm big on personal growth. So, and exercises. And I've studied shamanism. So I've done a lot of ceremony out in nature. Again, nature's huge for me, nature to calm us. We are nature herself, and to just be in nature, to let her embrace us, to really be still and listen to the body and realize who we really are and what's important in our life. I always say, if I go in nature, it really puts everything into perspective, what's important in life and who I am. So I would spend a lot of time in nature. I would do writing. I did letters of forgiveness, not to send to him, just I forgive you. This is what the gifts I did get from you. I mean, recently I've been big on that. Wow, I got this gift from my dad and this gift from my dad. He wasn't able to give me this, but he gave me these things. So you start to put it in a different perspective. My husband also does amazing body work, healing body work. So he's done a lot of work with me, helping me when I'm ready to release some of that stuff that we carry in our body. I mean, we're always carrying it. Everything we've experienced is stored in our body somewhere. So he, as a healer, can't release it for me, but he helps me release it when I'm ready to release it. So I've done a lot of work. I mean, you can't run from it.
No.
I've tried that too. You can't run from anything, whatever it is. I've moved to different states and different husbands. And I mean, I've tried. You can't run from anything. It'll show up on your doorstep.
You can run. You cannot run from yourself. No. It's always with you. You're always going to be with you.
So sooner or later, it's like, okay, let's sit and let's feel the pain, release it. And what are the gifts I got from it? There's gifts in everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. Did you ever felt written or just that you were really sad, like depressed? Did you ever felt that way at all, or you just dealt with that in different ways, or you never got to that point?
Oh no, I've been depressed. No, I've been very depressed.
Did you think that you were depressed at the time? Like, what do? I don't feel any way out, like I'm trapped in this life. What did you do?
Yeah,
How did you get out of that?
All through my life, yeah, there's periods where I have felt sad. I felt depressed. I've never wanted to take my life, but I have felt depressed. And I felt like, God, I just don't fit in. I think I belong on another planet. I belong somewhere else in the universe. I just don't fit here. What did I do when I experienced that? Luckily, I've had supportive people around me. I have an amazing husband who understands me, gets me, and we can talk about anything. So if you have a really good partner or a friend that is just there to listen, not fix you, but just listen, is huge. And just kind of talked it out and then moved through it and realized, hey, I can't focus on that. I can only focus on who I am. What are the gifts I have to give to the world? And I mean, even in just this last year or two, everything, or 3 years, however, all this crazy stuff has been. I mean, I can go down a rabbit hole and just get lost because I'm always gathering information. But I have to realize that I need to create the world that Suzy needs to see. And there is beauty in the world, and there is beauty all around us every day, and focus on that. I mean, otherwise, we go down that rabbit hole, we do get depressed. So yeah, I mean, some days I said, I mean, how old am I? 70. I'm 75. I'm going to be 76 in January. And I have days where I cry. And I said, oh my God, this is an ugly cry, watching a 76-year-old grandma cry. But I think there's days we just need to release that, as opposed to, or at least I do, as opposed to keeping it stored in the body. If you keep it stored in the body, the body gets tight, it gets angry, you just get sore, and you.
Yeah, I follow these guys called Matias De Stefano. he remembers all his past lives. He did like an interview a few days ago, and the person that was asking questions said like, well, you believe that there is past life and we die and we reincarnate. And he said, I don't think, I remember. So, but what he said, another thing is, you have to feel everything. Your cells needs to feel pain, need to feel happiness, need to feel sadness, everything your cells needs to experience, because in order for these cells to regenerate, to become new ones, they need to experience what is death, what is the bad side or the saddest side. And this is part of, just to be a human. So normally don't let the bad times last longer than probably a week. I mean, a week is too long, but I do acknowledge my sadness. I'm very conscious that this is like a down period, and I'm going through, and I see what's my sadness, what it is, why. And I make a point that this won't last. It won't last as to make my cells, my body hurt. The long sadness or the long depression will, at the end, will make a mark, like a negative mark in your body. So that won't allow to happen, at least for now. But I think it's very important that you do pass through these periods. And the other hand is, how do you want to know that you are happy, or you are making progress, or you are evolving, if you don't go through these periods that make you reflect, make you think, make you just stand still and connect to something, to yourself, to others, to the universe, to nature, so that's fantastic. But when you were a child and you were to these periods, what made you get out of that? What made you happy?
What made me happy?
Yeah, when you were a child and you were, having all these
times in nature, being in nature, moving.
What did you do?
I needed to move my body. I needed to run barefoot in the grass.
Okay.
I got a real connection with Mother Earth, and when I was young, it just came natural to me. I don't know if it's from a past life. I don't know. But all I know is that fed me. It just felt good. There was joy, there was laughter, there was exuberance, there was, you've seen kids just run and play. And that's to be free, that whole thing, to just be free and to run and to play. But I was, barefoot. I'm barefoot right now. I'm always, if I do a talk or a talk on stage or a presentation, I am barefoot because I want to ground with Mother Earth. I want to get that energy because she vibrates at a frequency for our healthy self. And we've lost that connection with nature. We've totally lost it when we moved indoors. And that's when we've gotten all of the disease and the illness, and we've used it for recreation or for economy. It's like, hello, Mother Nature's who we are. So I climb trees. I just love to climb trees. I love to explore. I often think I maybe should have been an archaeologist. I remember we lived in a big old Victorian home with the peaks and the gables and the attic, and we had a big wraparound porch, and I used to crawl in under. It had lattice all around it, but I would find a little hole to get in, and I would crawl in under the porch, and I would dig in the dirt, and I would bury treasures, and just playing, imagination, and we had a garden, a huge garden. We grew all of our fruits and vegetables. I ate fresh fruits and vegetables year round. So just in the garden, planting things, digging in the earth, it just brought me joy and grounded.
So nature, put your feet and your hands on the ground, make you sort of I would say, equalize that pressure.
They do that with a lot of depression.
Make balance.
Depressed.
It puts you in harmony.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people that are depressed, they send them out in nature. Get barefoot, get out in nature, dig, have a garden, dig in the earth. And kids that are sick, they've told them go out and roll in mud puddles and rain. And I mean, I used to drink out of the hose and play in mud puddles. And I mean, I have not a thing wrong with me and no medications. I mean, it's just, I grew up in the mud and the rain and the grass and the trees.
So from that age, you learn something, like nature brought you certain things that staying at home or around the adults did not. Can you talk a little bit? What do you learn and how did you apply throughout your life? And if there is something that you got out of that. So you have these bad experiences, but somehow you learn how to cope with that and sort of balance, find a venting like situation to cope with that. How did you get through your life? Did that experience help you? Did you find new ways? Like you say, you've been on and off, like you had these periods. How did you get out of these periods? Or what did you learn from those?
Okay, well, there were different things that I went through that I had that message again. And who am I? What do I believe? And what am I going to do about it? I mean, I don't think just one time does it. It's like, okay, here it is again. Here it is again. Here it is again. So one of the things that I learned, which was huge, was unconditional love, because my dad gave me conditioned love, and it was so painful. It's like, I don't want anybody else to experience that, and I don't want to experience that. So I've learned unconditional love, to just accept people for who they are, see the good in everything, look for the good. But the other things I went through to still grow and look at this message of I'm responsible for me was my first marriage. I knew going in, it wasn't the right fit for me, but I went in and attempted to make it work. And again, as a woman, or for who I was, there was questioning. Maybe I don't know what marriage is. Maybe I don't know what love is. What will people think? How am I going to support myself? There isn't a good time. We have children. There's never a good time. There's a birthday, there's a holiday, there's a school event. So all of those questions I kept asking myself and putting it on me. Maybe it's me. When's going to be a good time? And I finally realized I just needed to leave for my sanity and for who I was, and for the partner to go on and be who he was. It just was not a fit. There's nothing. He's a wonderful person, but we didn't fit at all. But again, that was in my face. Okay, am I going to trust me? Am I going to trust what I really believe and know? And am I going to stay to fit in, to not rock the boat, to not upset anybody, to, just pretend everything's okay? I mean, even say pretend, I can't pretend. I can't pretend anything. It's either it's a fit, it's not a fit. I've worked on it. It's not going to work.
What went through your body, through your heart, through your mind at that time? Because it's a really hard decision. I mean, it's a really, really tough decision. You had to go confront yourself and like, how are you going to do this?
Again, it was, just this emptiness, confusion, anger. It's almost like when you go through a death, you work through all of those. There's
so that was
because it's a harder relationship. Yeah, and there's that was harder
than the unknown. That was more painful and more, I would say, devastating, that jumping into the unknown, to do not know what to.
I
what's
love
gonna
that. I love what you're saying. I love that. I'd forgotten that, but that's what I've often said. You make change when it's more painful where you are than the fear of the unknown. You move.
Yeah, that has been my life, and I always ask some of my my guests how much is to take risk. You know, how much risk it is, because I'm always taking risks. Like some of them, they're like, I said, it's too much. I'm like jumping free fall with no parachute, like nothing. It's just, and but and sometimes it's not because I feel like threatened or something. It's just, I don't know, I'm probably adrenaline addict, you know, it's just like to this. But anyhow, it's another thing to consider, because sometimes you say, okay, I've been through all these marriages, I've been through all these situations, and I'm always, you know, just you know, it's like this option, you know, just find something new, or trying to change, or trying to find, is kind of like an addiction. You know what I mean? It's just like and I found that it's not. It's just you're trying to find yourself. What is the best place to land? You know, the cozy place to land. And you might have many free falls, many free, you know, you jump to the unknown, many of them. And it's not like you're an adrenaline junk. No, which I am, because I love motorcycles, I love speed, and I love, but is that thing that you're gonna land in the space that is the best for you. You feel the most comfortable,
Most alive,
and
feel
safe, and alive, totally. Yes, I'm gonna go back to the same question, because from an early age you find solace, you find this thing in nature. How did you apply that throughout your life, to yourself, to your family, to people? You know, did you connect with people at that level? You know, just, can you just explain it a little bit, so we sort of connect things here and see we can get something, you know, some message for people that are, you know, feeling the same as you are, like they are not from this planet, they don't fit in here, something is not right.
What I did, and I use this in my work, what I think is huge, and I had a teacher when I went to college have me do this, and it's like, whoa, what an aha moment. Had me write down my beliefs. What do I believe about me in life? Where did it come from? And does it still work for me? Do I believe it? Or was it just given to me by society, the church, or my family? Do I really believe it? And when I started to look, and I think when others start to look, you realize we're trying to fit into a system, a belief system, a value system that does not serve us. It doesn't work for who we are. And it's why we're medicating with alcohol and food and drugs, and we're running faster and faster and faster. And what I realized, and how I use the nature piece and everything, is I finally realized life is simple. It's so simple. It's about it, again, back to nature. We've been separated from nature, and it is who we are. And it's so beautiful to just enjoy a sunrise, enjoy a sunset, feel the rain, the sunshine, let the sun open your heart, walk barefoot in the grass. Just, it's so simple. And we're out there running faster and faster and faster, looking for something to make us happy, looking for something to feel fulfilled. And it's right in us. We have it. it's within us. It's not out there, and nobody else has the answers for our life. We finally get to a point where we realize that, maybe you need to consult with friends or family or a doctor or a psychologist for a while, but you soon realize, I realized I can only heal me. I'm only responsible for me. So I think it comes full circle to realize, as a little kid, I somehow knew that about nature. I still trust that. I believe that. I teach that. I see it happen when people start to breathe, to slow down, to quit doing, and can we just be? I mean, when we were going to get on this call, it's like, I don't have a script. It's just like, what comes through me?
No
What
scripts. That's the
what is
beauty of
coming
this.
through me?
Yes.
What needs
Yes.
to be shared? What are the ancestors coming through me? What is my wisdom? What do I need to share right now today for who's going to listen? And I think that's how I share life. It's how I work with women. It's how I tie in from my childhood, that freedom. And I love what you said about, you love motorcycles and risks. And well, that's life. Life is to be alive. We're the walking dead, playing it safe, being in the lines, all the beliefs, what will people think? And we're freaking dying and medicating.
You disconnect not to feel the pain, because it's painful just to be living, just like a zombie, that you are not attached to anything. You don't feel anything. You don't feel the connections. The connection is just like, let's have a beer. Instead of let's go to the park, let's walk in nature. You know what I mean? It's sad because when I invite my friends, let's walk in the park, let's meet, and sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know, but let's have a beer. Yeah, let's go. It's just that thing. But that's true. So what would you say to somebody that it's just start thinking, just start, okay, I feel this way, something is not right, something is bothering me. What would you say to this person taking certain steps toward, understanding yourself? What would you say to somebody that is just start to think about this, feel uncomfy, and wants to see if there is something else beyond? What would you say?
What would I say? First of all, I say, wow, congratulations. Congratulations that you are feeling, that you are starting to question that something is out of alignment. And that speaks to what you, and I'll share what you want me to, but just also speaks to what you've been saying that I just so love, is that pain is a messenger. Pain is letting us know that something's out of alignment in our life. And we medicate, we run from it. We've been taught not to feel it. It's that we're just not supposed to feel pain.
Pain is a symptom.
Pain, yes. It's letting you know that there's something not working. Could it be your relationship? Could it be your career? You're trying to convince yourself that it's okay. You make a lot of money. There's something out of alignment. So, and as you shared too, if you don't feel pain, you can't feel pleasure either. If you can't feel one, you can't feel the other. So you're walking numb, and then you go drink a beer, or all those things do is numb us. We never get to the root cause to change your life. So to that person who is questioning and knows that something isn't making sense, hallelujah, congratulations. I honor you. I respect you being there. Sit with that. Sit in the pain and just
feel it. Go and make it go through your cells, through your body, through your blood. Yeah,
it's not going to kill you. You're not going to disappear. You're here. I'm still here. You will come back, and you will come back more alive, more you.
Probably wise.
So sit with it and just see, what do you feel? What color is it? What image comes up? Where is it in your body? Do some of where do you feel it in your body? Is there a color to it? Is there?
Yeah, that's my question for you, because I always like to ask, what was through your head? What was through your body? where in your body you felt that? You felt all over, you felt in your stomach, you felt in your heart?
Like, and even today, I mean, when I hear certain language and it's the masculine, and it's like we need to get into bring back the feminine. And I just read something, and it's just like, it's almost like an earthquake or in my body. It's just like, and I'm like, okay, what is this? And I have to revisit it and look at it. I mean, and I'm sure that's how it happened when I was young. It's I don't know how else to describe it other than my body just rejects it. It's just, yeah, I try to explain this to my husband because I'll read things, because there's so many women that I would love to reach out to that are doing business, but they're doing it with all the masculine essence and the masculine terms and the masculine. And when I read things like that or read anything, and if it'll just be, I don't know, it's just something that like vibrates in my body, that something is almost like a little
I think eventually I think eventually will happen. It's just a process. We need to re-educate.
It's a process of people sitting with, listening to, writing, sit and write first thing in the morning. Don't think about what you're writing. Don't go, oh, that's not right. Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, I
know. Just
write. It may not even be sentences, but just write whatever, let it come out. So I think,
and also it comes down to trusting yourself. We women we have a big issue with that. And I think younger women, they are doing better. They are trained to be themselves, and I don't know themselves, but just to not allow these femininity to be trashed or to be diminished. But it's a process, especially women at our age. I mean, like you said, either you were a nurse or you were a school teacher. And for many women were exactly the same. You have to just train your mind to be, to be the new you, and to accept that, no, what do you mean? Like, I can do anything I want if I put work into it. It's a training process, and it's, I mean, we are just starting, actually, not
starting. Yeah. And I often say too, because we've been numbed. I mean, we're numbed with birth control. Birth control numbs us. Hormone replacement therapy numbs us. They've told us that all our moods and our emotions, we're crazy women. And it's like, no, we've never been more sane, because your emotions are telling you when something's out of balance. Your emotions also, it's like, no, this isn't working for me, but we're told that, oh no. So we've been numbed. So we have to learn to get back to trust our body, trust who we are, however you feel it. I often say little heart whispers. It's not going to be a loud voice up in your head. That's the ego that's telling you, no, don't do this and stay small. But it's like little heart. I always say little heart whispers, like maybe when you're doing dishes or you're driving down the highway or you're doing something else, and you hear this little whisper that says, I think I need to write a book, or, oh, I think I need to get out of this marriage, or, I think I need a new career. It's always little fleeting, quiet little voices, and we often just blow it off. Yes. But the signs are there. Or even, I often say, if you're driving down the road, license plates or signs on the road, or somebody shows up and calls you, or something you read, a certain sentence, it's always there. And
that's the one of the things of this channel, is we all have this wisdom inside, and even when we don't pay attention to, it's still there, and it's still talking to us. What did you learn from all these experiences that you had in your life that you're applying right now to your life, and that would be good for for other people to see they can use it as well?
I learned to trust me, to trust what I feel, to trust what I know, which with women, oftentimes we know something without knowing why we know, but we know that's our inner knowing, our intuitive wisdom, to trust that it's right on. I always say to believe in me, that not everybody's going to like me, what I do. Not everybody's going to get me. That's okay. I still have to be me. I can't please, I'm not here to please others. Again, probably the unconditional love piece. I mean, I love people. I see the goodness in people. What else have I learned to take? Unconditional love. That it's a risk. It's a risk putting yourself out there. But if I don't, it's gonna kill my spirit. I'm gonna die. I mean, I not physically,
Literally, yes.
I just, if I can't go out and be me and share me with an open heart, with love, with caring, and know that some people just aren't going to get me, or I'm going to rub them the wrong way, that's okay. They aren't my people, but I have to do it for me, whether anybody receives it, whether it pays anything, whether whatever, it's my expression in the world. It's what desires expression through me that gives me life. And I believe everybody has something, whether they're writing a book, whether they're growing a garden, whether it's the foods they cook, but what's desiring expression through you, it will bring you so alive. And to not worry about what others say about it. If you're not harming anyone, if it's your message, if it gives you life and purpose, do it.
And that's what we want in this planet, good vibes to put it in. We don't need any more negative thoughts, negative comments, bad vibes, bad energy. We just need more people to just do what they love. And so they just send these vibes out to the universe for all of us to.
And I know one other thing while you're saying that, we're saying sending vibes out. It's like, I can't change or heal anybody. All I can do is plant seeds, share advice, share wisdom. It's not up to me. I can't save anybody or heal anybody. We do that ourselves, but I can share wisdom and plant seeds.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we just only can accompany them, be with them on the side and, help them, just on their journey. We cannot do anything for them. It's just
we can let them know we see them. I see you. I
love you. Yes.
I appreciate you. I love you. I'm holding the space for you. I believe in you.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Question was, if this experience repeated, you just answered so many times. Yes, you did, because you applied all this knowledge and all this wisdom throughout your life, and you still do, and you sort of share with the world like you are doing right now. That's pretty cool. So I would like you to tell us that you do have a YouTube channel as well, and I would like you to make it public. And also, you do have a business that I will. We're going to have all this information in the descriptions with the links for the YouTube channel, the link to the website. But I would like you to talk about, what is that you do, and how can you help people, and how can people reach you and see what you do and check your channel or contact you. Please do that.
Okay. My website is healthylifestylewomen.com, and that is designing lives of joy and purpose for women. I have a Facebook page, Suzy Manning, and I also have a Facebook page, Healthy Lifestyle Women. I also have a private Facebook community, and it's called Midlife Women's Club, and it's where we are talking about our worth and embracing that, and our beauty and our wisdom. I have a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is Suzy, Suzy Manning, Manning.
Awesome. Okay, well, all this information will be, as I said, in the description, so you can contact Suzy, you can send comments, or just get to know her a little bit more through her work. So Anything else, Suzy, that you would like to share or to tell, the world, because hopefully these channels, reach people in many places that can be beneficial for their journey, their evolution.
Yeah. I want to share with everybody listening to take the time to slow down, to reflect, to listen to who you are, to listen to what's trying to express through you. And I mean, it's my same message, but just trust who you are. Know that you are powerful, you're beautiful, you're wise. You have gifts to offer the world. They don't have to be huge. They don't be you're on stage or a book, or it can be with your family. It can be in your community. But know that you and your gifts are needed. Trust that. Make this the year that you take steps to move forward and trust who you are and express you in the world. It'll bring you so much joy. And it's one little step at a time. When you take that one little step, you'll see the next step, and then it just starts to open up, and you'll be so grateful that you did it.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I always say that we don't need to have a purpose in life. We just need, some people, they know their purpose since they born. Some people just go through life, but there is no need for that. Just to be in this planet, to be yourself, and just to smile to people in the morning or in the afternoon, and make them feel like, they are seen. I think that's enough. That's the purpose. That's your life purpose. It doesn't need to be anything important or big or magic, nothing like that. It's just to be you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Be joy and be love, and that exudes from you, and people so need it. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Okie dokie. For now, thank you so much. I think it has been a fabulous chat, a conversation, like a living room conversation, even we are not in the same place. But I hope you can make it to the next one. They're always interesting guests. And I think the message is great for these times, times that are a little confusing, a little challenging, and so we all need like a calm mind and a calm attitude, just to take it easy, to relax and enjoy the stars, enjoy the sunshine, the sky, and what life has to give us. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.